Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to unlock the absolute cheat codes for mastering relative clauses and, of course, acing those English exams. If you've ever stared at a sentence, just kind of wondering where the punctuation is supposed to go, or felt totally lost in a sea of commas, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get into it.
So, can a single comma completely change the meaning of your sentence? The answer is a massive, resounding yes. Literally. Understanding when to drop in that tiny punctuation mark is the ultimate grammar hack. It's not about memorizing arbitrary rules, right? It's about absolute clarity.
Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. Number 1, what are relative clauses? Number 2, the quick pronoun key. Number 3, essential info, also known as restrictive clauses. Number 4, extra details, or non-restrictive clauses. And finally, number 5, the golden rule.
Section 1. What are relative clauses? The big idea.
You can basically think of a relative clause as an information upgrade for a noun. It's a clause that kicks off with specific trigger words to give us extra information. You have your basic noun like, say, the car or the teacher, and this relative clause just swoops in to give us more flavor, more context, or absolutely critical identification. Like, letting us know if the teacher is the one who gives zero homework or the one who hands out pop quizzes every day.
Section 2. The quick pronoun key. Your toolkit.
Now let's look at the specific pronouns you'll use. Lock these pairings into your memory for exam day, for sure. We use who for people, which for things, whose to show possession, where for places, and when for time. These little words are basically the hinges that seamlessly connect your main sentence to that valuable information upgrade we just talked about.
Section 3. Essential info. Restrictive clauses.
Okay, this is where it gets interesting. When the information restricts or narrows down exactly who or what we mean, it's essential, and that means no commas are allowed. Think of it like superglue, okay? The information is so tightly bound to the noun it's describing that you literally can't wedge a comma in between them. A comma naturally creates a pause, a separation. But here, we can't afford a separation because we would completely lose the core meaning of the sentence.
Let's make this totally concrete. Listen to how smooth this sentence reads. The doctor who emigrated is my uncle. No pauses, no commas. Why is that? Well, we immediately have to ask, which doctor, right? If I just walked up to you in a crowded hospital and said, the doctor is my uncle, you'd be looking around completely lost. Because the one who emigrated is absolutely necessary to identify him, we leave the commas out entirely. The clause restricts the noun to one very specific person.
Section 4. Extra details. Non-restrictive clauses.
Now let's contrast that. If the clause is just dropping bonus facts, extra details we don't strictly need to identify the noun, we absolutely must use commas to separate it. A non-restrictive clause is kind of like an aside in a real-life conversation. It's the grammatical equivalent of saying, oh, by the way. Because it's just a bonus detail, we use commas to show that it could, theoretically, be lifted right out of the sentence.
Let's compare our previous example to a new one. Listen to this. My brother, who lives in France, is a doctor. Do you feel those natural pauses? Those commas are doing some heavy lifting for us right there. Let's break down the logic behind those pauses. Because the speaker only has one brother, the fact that he lives in France is just extra detail, meaning we proudly wrap that bonus fact in commas. If I say, my brother is a doctor, you know exactly who I mean because there's only one brother to choose from. The extra info is just, well, extra. And this brilliantly illustrates the core difference. If the information is necessary, no commas. The noun and the clause are superglued together. But if the information is just an extra detail, use commas. The clause is just politely sitting next to the noun, separated by punctuation. Visualizing this contrast is absolutely your secret weapon here.
Section 5. The golden rule, the ultimate exam hack.
We've reached the climax of our explainer. Whenever you're stuck on a test, I want you to ask yourself this exact question to figure out your next move. Can you remove the clause without losing important meaning? Seriously, imagine taking your pencil and crossing out the clause entirely. Does the sentence still point to the exact same person or thing? Here's how you score points based on that question. If yes, you can remove it, add those commas because it's non-restrictive. If no, you can't remove it, leave them out. It's restrictive. Oh, and beware of the ultimate trap that catches literally so many students. Never use the word that alongside commas. You can say the car that I bought, sure, but you can absolutely never say, my car, comma, that I bought. If there's a comma, the word that is immediately disqualified. Real game changer to remember that one. So, as you head into your exams, remember that a single comma changes the entire reality of your sentence. Master the difference between superglued facts and polite bonuses, and you've basically mastered relative clauses. Next time you write an essay or even just text a friend, ask yourself one final question. Is your next sentence giving essential info or just extra details?